Greetings and salutations, Dota fans. It is I, Badger, back for some more League of Lads Season 11 action, and I'm joined tonight by, at this point, a very regular guest, but a very special man nonetheless. A two-time Lads champion, former Portland Burnsider, Pudge TB player extraordinaire, 7,000 matchmaking rating, KU Dota. How are you in this fine evening?
I'm good. Ready to cast some more Dota. It's been a couple of weeks. It should be a exciting game today.
It's going to be a game where both these teams need this win. For nice guys, they've had a relatively rough start to the season. They start ironing out this team and getting some wins for Kittens and their matching Bunnies. They've played very few games this season, and if they start losing games, then they're going to be in the hole as well. So both these teams very much need the wins.
Yeah, so the standings look like this Radiant team currently is 4 losses, 1 tie.
Yeah,
They
1
are
and on
bottoming
record.
the group. And then Dire has 2 ties on the board.
Yeah, they're 2 and 2.
So yeah, Dire hasn't played many matches, but they still have not netted themselves a 2-0, which they'll probably be looking to here, as Radiant's been struggling. I don't know if these guys know each other or where this stack came from. I think, are they all new to Lads?
They're all new to Lads, and to the best of my knowledge, they are either some kind of friend stack or at least players who knew each other going in. This is not a team that admins built. It's just a team that came in, signed up as 5, like, yo, we're going to go play some Dota. And actually, it's a different roster than what they signed up with. They already changed the player, but same core of players there. Greetings and salutations. My voice.
Their Dota buffs a little before the match to do some scouting. Looks like they've tried some different strats in their game so far, but not sure that anything's really working out, so we'll see what they bring today.
It's a weird thing, like the one series I've watched of their team is the one that I've casted. They went 1-1 and actually played pretty well, but apparently they just lost every other game they played in, so I'm not sure what happened in the other 8 games, but the 2 games that I watched, they looked very good, so.
Yeah. One thing I noticed when I was going through their drafts is I'm not sure how experienced their drafter is. This opening actually looks okay, but they were doing a lot of like picking 2 supports in their first phase and just like some weird stuff, like morphling on 6-7. Just strange things that kind of look to me like maybe a little inexperience, or maybe they just have some different ideas about the game that I don't necessarily agree with. And it hasn't been working out for them, so we'll see how they change it up. I think CM Tiny is a fine opening. I think Mirana on 5 for Dire. This hero is like pretty cool, I think. It's really annoying in lane as a support. She just like clicks you down the lane over and over. And it can be a 4 or a 5, and potentially a core. We'll see.
If memory serves, this crony individual, the new Dire player replacing Selu on the team, is a big bounty hunter guy, correct?
Oh, is he just a stand-in, or is it official?
From what I've been told, it may be an official change. I'm not sure if it's not public yet, but he subbed in last series, and it seems like he's standing in again tonight. I have been told Selu is likely unavailable for much of the rest of the season, so.
Yeah, that sucks. But I mean, this guy, he plays a lot of unranked, and yeah, he does like bounty hunter. I played against his bounty like, I don't know, 2 nights ago, and in the game we saw last week or last series against the 6 dog team, they first phase bounty like this, and they just crushed the game. They just rolled the enemy team, just get a few early track kills, get tanky, and run around the map and get kills. This bounty hero can look pretty good. However, there is counterplay, which you just kill him. You just go as a team and you kill him. You kill him a few times, and then he's going to be feeling pretty bad. I think this hero was unpicked at TI for that reason. And while his lane can feel really strong sometimes, like if he's just able to click you with his W and just like trade, he's really good. If you can kill him in the lane also, that's one good way to deal with him. So we'll see how Radiant is able to go about laning against him. CM is a good hero to start. I think CM Pudge kind of destroys Bounty in the lane. You can just like kill him off cooldown at like level 3 or even earlier if you hook him under tower. That's what I would do here.
I know it's one of those things where you mentioned it, yeah, Bounty's one of the very few unpicked heroes. I think he was one of 8 unpicked heroes at TI, but we've seen them play it already in Lads this season, and it went quite well, so maybe it's just a comfort pick at this point.
Yeah. Definitely comfort. I know he likes this hero a lot. And everyone in his stack, the Honk guild, like these guys all play the same heroes, like different roles. So like when they're carry, all these different guys in this guild will like pick Spectre or something, and there's like Skywrath mages in every role and bounty hunters all around. So it's just something I've observed. Like it's same with like Six Dog, people in his guild. Like we even saw it in their last series. Like everyone knows about Six Dog Wind Ranger, but then they just flex it to 3, and then they 24 pick his Magnus, because these guys like all play the same heroes and stuff like that.
Actually, pretty funny. If you were doing betting odds on whether or not Kay was going to mention Six Dog tonight, you would have won the bets. That's definitely a prop bet you'd have for this cast.
Yeah, I already did it twice.
You are the biggest Six Dog fan alive, is what I've been told. There's a good evidence to support that. So,
I think Naga's good here, but I don't know if I love the pick like on 15. I think so far it looks like a good Naga Siren game. I think it's good for dealing with Bounty Hunter in the lane and in the game. However, I don't know that they need to pick it here. Maybe they think Dire was going to steal it, and that's why they choose to take it. I know there was like some Lads game where there was like an offlane Naga and it looked good, but then like I think they ended up losing.
It was this team actually that picked it, and I believe they won with it.
Okay, maybe they won. I don't remember. Let me check. But there was an
it may have been
Naga.
their one win this season. Actually,
No. They lost that game actually because it was looking really good, and they got Ultra Gunner Medusa. He just like ran it down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was watching that game. You're casting, and so potentially it's flexible here. I mean, yeah, I think that's their idea with it. However, I think offlane Naga is like trash. I think you should just play it as a carry. It's really, really strong right now. Potentially the best carry in the game, arguably.
Maybe they will put a carry. You never know with these things.
Yeah, I think they should aim to. The thing is, it might get countered here. I mean, Jakiro's like, oh. In theory, it sounds cool against Naga, but it's kind of whatever.
It does purge off the track. You pop that mirror image, track is gone. That's a nice happy ability to use.
Yeah, and you never really show on waves as Naga, so it's hard for Bounty to hunt you. And then Bounty can't really kill your illusions. Like if you put 2 illusions on him, he can't really clear them. In the mid game, it's like a real pain. And I think Naga Siren can be good, but I think this hero is one of the hardest carries to play around as a team. Like you need to have good teamwork to really properly utilize the ult in like setting up fights, and I think you should try and pick like team fight heroes around it.
That's a Pudge into an instant response Zeus, likely the mid lane Zeus. I'm interested in seeing whether it's a mid lane Pudge or a carry Pudge. Probably carry to scam, right?
I think they're both okay. I think now that you see Zeus, I think Pudge against Zeus is like pretty free, like super free in the mid lane.
Really?
Yeah, like later in the game, it's like he has the shard and stuff, but you're already playing Pudge against Zeus, so whatever. But Pudge, you'll just free farm the lane. At level 6, you can kill him. If he ever messes up his jump, he'll die on Zeus, and if you hook him, he can jump away, but you can also ult him like as he jumps. So it's not like that good of a escape tool against Pudge. Whereas something like a Ember Spirit, if you hook him before you get your ult off, he'll usually remnant away. Zeus's jump doesn't like always get him away from the Pudge ult if you're close enough.
I'm interested in seeing. I'm still interested in seeing what happens with this 24 pick, because that's when we figure out exactly where these heroes are going. There's a lot of flex potential here with these heroes. You know, Naga ordinarily played carry, can go off lane, Tiny, flex hero, Zeus, to an extent, flex hero. You want for Kittens and their matching bunnies. It's probably what? Pudge mid, BH3, Mirana 4, Jakiro 5, with a 23-pick carry?
Yeah, could still just be carry Pudge. I mean, the thing about Zeus is you can put anything against Zeus, and they'll just like farm, pretty much. So if they want to put Pudge there, it's fine. If they want to take advantage of Zeus and put something else there, it's fine. There's like a few matchups that can actually like try and kill Zeus or own Zeus. Like Ember comes to mind. Which it's like a pretty cool Ember game. I think you want something active. Because you have a bounty hunter, so you kind of want a lot of heroes that just like go. I think Ember looks really good here just because you have Mirana already. So chains into arrow, chains into hook is really good. Yep.
Good call. That is the red spirits.
Yeah, I would also probably gone for this, and I think it's pretty good against Naga. If you can get snowballing, there is a timing with Nagas right now. They should go Manta Orchid, which can be tough for Ember if Ember like messes up and dies a few times in the early game. And then like way later when Naga gets Ags, that can be annoying for Ember. But
I wouldn't be that opposed to Manta Orchid at the Scotty afterwards. It sounds really good this game.
Yeah, I think that's a good order of your items. I think you should always go Orchid second after Manta right now. Except like if something goes really wrong. I mean, even if it goes wrong, you probably end up going Orchid. But it's just like the strongest build. It makes you really... I mean, you're already really good at farming with Manta, and then you actually have some kill threat. Especially on heroes like Ember. I mean, any hero on Dire really will die to Naga in that timing. And she keeps farming with those items still, but you can also apply kill pressure. I kind of hope they still go an offlaner here. I know they might be saying like, oh, offlane Naga, like Ember, Pudge, or like kind of they're like they can be good against Naga, so maybe they want to flex it away. But I think you should still just get an offlaner like Slardar or something. Yeah, Ursa.
Well, that is definitely not an offlaner. That is an Ursa bear who will certainly be playing the carry role this game. So
yeah, I think Ursa is the best hero against Pudge. Because you can just kill him. Stack up your E, and your ult can go off like before Pudge ults you, and it's short stuff. However, I don't think it's an unwinnable matchup for Pudge. I think Pudge farms way faster, and as long as you don't feed the Ursa in lane, you can still definitely win as Pudge. I think a lot of games I was playing Pudge last season was against Ursa. Notably, one in the finals. We picked Pudge against Ursa, which I would recommend not doing, but we had an Omni night, so I thought it would be okay. And that game ended up going in an hour, and it was crazy. Yeah, we should have won that game, but the lanes we messed up.
Good times, good times.
Yeah. It's still winnable for Pudge. I think Pudge is a very strong hero. However, I don't particularly love either draft. Just conceptually, I don't know that I love offlane Naga. It's a hero that can build like. What is this voice line?
It is Ave Maria, but Seb by Owen Davies.
I see. Naga like it has like a cool team fight ult kinda, but and it can set stuff up, but they don't have anything really to set up.
What the hell is this? What is this screen? Is this
Well,
new?
it is. Yeah.
This was not here yesterday. This was not here yesterday. I swear this was not here yesterday.
It's part of the battle pass, I think. Yeah, I actually saw this earlier this week. But also, Dyer's draft. I like it better just because I think Pudge can just like carry this game. It's a pretty good Ember game also. And then if Bounty gets off to a good start, gets a few track kills, I think Dyer can snowball this game. However, Dyer does have a really hard time hitting towers. Like, all they really have is a Jakiro, a pause 5 Jakiro.
Yeah, but the Jakiro, it's not just any Jakiro player. This is Noun's director of esports Sasquatch on it, though. This guy, he's got 2 brains worth of brain. He's ready to go. Which is good for hero 2 heads.
That's true. So it should be an exciting game. I think there will be a lot of kills this game. There's some brawling in the bot lane.
Yeah, already brawling bottom. It's always a great sign. That means stuff's going to happen this game. I love when stuff happens. It makes my job so much easier. When stuff happens, I get to say words. And well, bottom lane, Daddy Mushi is nearly already dead. Hyper's on the rotation, has Hook skilled. Hook is available. He's going for it right now. Is it going to go for a blind? No, he's running in. He has the hook. Pump fakes it. Ursa is blocking it. Hook available. Use on Crystal Maiden. First blood goes to Hyper. And just like that, Kittens and their matching bunnies around the board.
Yeah, this game's over. Go next.
You're an idiot. If you're wondering, we're going to be calling Ursa Mustang because that's the name he had last time, and I can't speak Chinese, so I don't know how to say that.
It's a good call.
Not sure if you know how to say that, but I don't know how to say that.
No, I have no idea what that is. I think it's a really good Pudge game. I hope he doesn't go Vanguard. I hate Vanguard on this hero. I think it's really like redundant. It does make you tanky. Like really tanky against physical damage and stuff. However, I think Hood is just like better. It feels nicer. It stops your W from doing damage to yourself. And the active can be really good, especially against something like Zeus. CM, Tiny, there's a lot of magic damage coming out. But Vanguard is good against like Naga illusions, I guess.
It's not bad against the Ursa either. High attack hero.
It's like not really that good against Ursa because he just stacks up Fury Swipes on you and you'll die anyway through it. So if you're gonna die to him like anyway, I'd rather have him go Hood. I would go Hood here, but it can be fine if you get just a cloak plus Vanguard. It's like okay.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say good. I said not bad. Very deliberate with the words there.
Definitely fair. I think mid should just be a farm fest, but there is potential for. Actually, I don't know if I would go E in this lane on Ember. I don't know if that's what people still do.
He's got 2 points. He is committing to it, which is nice to reduce the damage, but it will mean a delayed point in Sleight of Fist, which a lot of Embers seem to be going for nowadays.
Yeah, the only concern I have here is that...
My concern would be for Pudge's immortality, but if you're wondering, but you were saying before that?
I think if Ember went like 2-3-0 this game, they could just like chain kill this Zeus with the Mirana combo. But he's opting to go E, which will help him farm. But I think his level 6 timing will be a little worse. I mean, if you go 3 points in E as Ember, you can just like Giga farm this lane, which if that's what he wants to do, then that's okay, I think, too.
I feel like ET's missing a lot of arrows today, more than I expect from a player of ET's caliber.
I mean, you can blame him, but also I think he doesn't have any setup in this lane, which I really hate. I think if you're gonna pick a hero like Mirana...
Oh, ET goes in bottom, he's just dead! Okay.
Yeah, he Giga misplayed there. He had a stick and a fairy fire, but he blocked himself in his arrow animation. So he ended up dying.
Once again, ET's one of those players where I have a very high expectation of, so I was shocked by that happening.
Yeah, it happens. I'd be tilted too. I'd grief the game if I'm playing Mirana on 5 and then my offlane guy doesn't pick a stun.
Technically it's Mirana 4, but yeah, top lane, both the cores are very low. There is hook available on Pudge, but everyone's okay for the time being.
I meant the very first pick of the draft.
Oh, my...
The 5 pick. Yeah,
oh,
no,
I
get
I see.
But, yeah. I think that's why I kind of... Oh, and he hits the arrow mid.
Oh, you're right,
Yeah,
the
nice.
arrow mid. That's a good rotation by E. He's avenging his lost bottom.
Yeah,
Heads on mid
great
for a big kill there.
Yeah, that's really important. And Ember Mirana is a really strong combo, which is why, even though they went bounty, it's like not too bad if... and I kind of wanted Ember to skill his chains, so this kill could happen easier. But it happens anyway, which it's great for Ember's game. It's great for Mirana's game. Zeus doesn't lose too much, but you know you don't want to die as Zeus in lane. This hero's kind of supposed to be like a stable mid hero that doesn't lose to anything. But I think my team made this mistake last season. We were just like spamming this Zeus. We thought it was broken.
You were playing a lot of Zeus last season. I remember this.
And
I was there.
yeah, we got Embered, and we decided that Ember was the hero we should be banning if we're gonna go Zeus, just because like it's just hard for Zeus.
Full play top lane, tossing in Jakiro, but that might not pay off. Hook is on point, and Arcanine is dropping low immediately. He'll pop the meteor image in the magic wand, trying to win from Sasquatch and Hyper, and will barely get away. Arrow is still man fighting, lacks the mana for Avalanche. Everything's okay. You were saying before all that? Something
yeah,
about Red Spirit?
Ember is really good against Zeus in the lane and the game.
Yeah.
So Blue might have a hard time here for a bit. He is getting help on the rune, possibly.
There is help with the top rune. Tiny has enough mana for the Avalanche, but not the toss. And the rune will spawn there, but it goes to the Tiny. So no mid gets the rune. Festival has Remnant, so Remnant to the south rune. Simply not to die.
Really lucky, and good rotation by Tiny, but also lucky that it didn't spawn bottom. Ember had a Remnant bottom. If he had got the DD, this Zeus would effectively like have to...
Well, bottom lane, arrow from ET's on point. Vanguard Bounty Hunter manned up with the arrow from ET. That is another kill for this bottom lane. You're talking about Vanguards for these dire cores. It's the Bounty Hunter with a Vanguard currently, though Pudge also is a Vanguard now. Speaking of Pudge, hook from long range, perfect from Hyper. Arrow is dropping low, and Sasquatch will... Actually, never mind. I thought he was trying to give the kill to Hyper, but unfortunately the damage is too much. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Mustang goes down on the Ursa Bear. One more kill for ET, and the dive continues. Daddy Mushi is low, though will not die to Crony and ET. A lot of action right now, KU. A lot of action.
Yeah, and it's looking pretty good for Dire. They're already 3k up at 7 minutes. Oh,
Thunder God's Wrath. Bounty was low, and, well, that was everything Crystal Maiden had in terms of mana, but mission well accomplished. That's a big kill.
Dive in mid.
Meanwhile, mid as well. Festival's going in with the Remnants. Has 3 Remnants. He'll use one to the north, however, just to get away at this point. He wants nothing to do with this engagement any longer. Good call on that one. Good call, good call.
Yeah, Pudge got pretty low top also. I mean, this is the impact of Zeus, like right at around this time when Zeus gets ult. It's hard to like be mindful of it, and even if you are being mindful, Radiant can just like choose to take fights, and the Zeus ult will help them win fights and accelerate his game. However, it's looking really good for Dire here. I think once Bounty hits 6, which is right now, he is going to beat the crap out of Ursa. Ursa is going to have to go jungle, which I didn't really talk about it in the draft because it was last pick Ursa, but I hate Ursa.
we know you hate Ursa.
Yeah, and this especially, we're about to see why. This hero is not winning its lane. It's like top lane, toss in a tower.
Yeah, toss under the tower, perfect there on Sasquatch. But he's, for a 5 hero, he's very tanky with this member on Tiny. It is the turn. Hook is online. Arrow is dropping low and will die. And the hook as well on Arcanine results in 2 kills for Kittens and their matching bunnies. If you're keeping track, it's a 4K net worth lead at minute 8, which is quite the large lead.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's looking really bad for Radiant here. I mean, there's a few things I hated about their drafts. One is offlane Naga, who is not winning her lane. She's actually getting owned in her lane, and I don't know how she's going to have impact in this game. She's going Pact, but the road to Pact it's long. And she's not really going to give you any control or damage to help set up kills. Like, she has 1 point in net, but they have no one to really play mid. They're diving.
Never mind. Thought for a second, saw the dive middle lane, but it was not successfully completed. Meanwhile, top lane, the man fight continues, but no deaths there for now. I guess the one... I'm trying to come up with a cope right now, but I mean, all 3 lanes did not go that well, and we're seeing it now in terms of the money situation. The arrow is missed bottom lane by AT, but the economic situation is a disaster. And this, by the way, this is a 4K lead before track as well. There's no track kills involved in this, I don't think.
Yeah. And they might try to dive bottom here. One thing is, you can either just ignore the bounty hunter, like, don't mess with him, just let him farm creeps, or you can wait for him to dive and then port 5 heroes in.
Well, they will get a track kill, first track kill of the game, with the rotation from Festival, and they want a second kill on the Ursa's. TP is cancelled by the Shuriken toss. Meanwhile, it is trading the Dire side jungle for the carry Pudge, but inevitably, the Ursa will die under his tower. He's trying to bring down ET with him, but he will fail to do so. Double kill for Festival. Across the map, it is a 2-for-1. Good trade for Kittens and their matching bunnies, though at the very least, nice guys do get the kill on that carry Pudge, who was scout out farming the Dire side jungle.
Yeah, I mean, when you're down 4K at like minute 10 or whatever, usually...
Wait, this could be a fight middle. Gek has his bottle filled and arrow tanks a searing chains from Festival into the arrow from ET. And the dive continues again. Both Gek and Daddy Mushi are fairly low right now, but this is looking real bad right now.
Yeah. This Ember pick is about to start looking really, really good.
ET's nearly dead. Heavenly jump in by Gek. He'll unleash Thundergod's Wrath, and 2 heroes are so low, but nobody's dead. Instead, it's Festival with the kill. Frostbite will bring down Sasquatch, so it is a 1-for-1 so far, and Ursa has arrived. Festival will remnant away. So again, one more 1-for-1. You're saying something before I interrupt you. What were you saying before that?
This Ember is going to start looking like a god in this stage of the game. This is like when Ember has a good lane, and if it's a later pick Ember, he can just like run around and like do whatever he wants. Like, there's no real way for Radiant to kill him unless he messes up. They don't have enough stuns to hold him down and kill him through his flame guard and his stick and stuff. So he should just be like running at Radiant, taking really dangerous farm, and calling his Murano to play with him, and they'll be able to kill pretty much anyone. Like, see, they're getting game with 3 heroes, and he's
just remnants away. Yeah. Puts up one more remnant right afterwards, and he's safe again.
Yeah, and he'll just run back in. They do have a Vlad's on Naga. He's going Pact, which it's cool. Like, Pact is a really good item, and having someone that can build it in your draft is really good.
Oh no, the chains into the arrow combo again. It's a hook on arrow as well. This will be 2 support deaths. The track has been used on arrow, and that's 2 more kills for Kittens and their matching bunnies. Extend that net worth lead to 7,000.
Yeah. I mean, Radiant is just getting, like, overwhelmed. Because they have an Ursa who lost his lane, who's trying to go Battle Fury.
Ursa?
Forcing to use his ult under his tier 2. It's rough.
He's retracked as well, so there's no sneaking around. They know exactly where he is. Very unfortunate at this point. That's the best way to describe this game. The state of the game, it's unfortunate for nice guys. It's just not going very well right now.
His CM is level 8, but
wait, dust on Crony. Big kill if they get it. Freezing field activated, and the kill goes to Arrow on Tiny. That's actually a lot of gold from that kill.
Yeah. And this is how you have to play against Bounty. You just go together. You put down some sentries. He'll get impatient. He's like looking for some tracks just to be annoying, and then you have to kill him. And you have to do that like 3 or 4 times. To slow down his game and make sure you don't bleed any track kills. It's like, it might be a little bit late already, like they're already down 6k, but at some point that is how you deal with them, and they figured it out, so that's good. And they have Pact on Naga. I mean, there was one team at TI doing this, and it's like go on mid.
Yeah, here we go again. Arrow on the Tiny. Arrow's in a lot of danger. The Avalanche does hit on 3. Into the song from Arcanine. Wraithback is online. Macropyre was used. Arrow will tick down to the Macropyre. Damage, and the fight continues. Festival will Remnant in deeper. Now it's the Remnant away. Takes a lot of damage and dies during the Frostbite. And that right there is how you turn this game around. It's only a 1-for-1, but these 1-for-1s are fantastic, right? Especially when it's not track kills in these fights. Was that a track? Yeah, that was not a track kill, correct?
No. He was top. This all started with the bounty kill. Once you get bounty off the map, and Dire is still playing up aggressive, like, they can get punished, especially because bounty ported to his tier 2 top to stop the creep wave from his tower. Which you never want to be hitting creeps on bounty. So, like, he shows top, and then Radiant takes this fight. They have the song to get the good setup. Ember messed up. He actually should have lived there if he just remnanted away instead of going to his one behind him. But still good play from Radiant to find a way down.
Oh, Crystal Maiden. Oh no. This is inevitable. We already know what's gonna happen with this one. Maybe he's buying time for the track to come out. Oh no, she didn't! Festival grabbed the kill before the track. That's a mistake from Festival for sure on that one.
Yeah. One thing is that this CM is really high. Well, she's level 9, but she maxed her aura first, which I don't love. I think this hero doesn't need to max aura early anymore. Still gives a lot of mana with lower levels, and I think having level 4 Frostbite is actually really important here because no one else on her team has like good lockdown for this Ember. Like, this Ember is going to be diving in. It's really hard to net him, and it's only level 1 net. He can dodge net and stuff, and then it's hard for Tiny to lock him down. But CM Frostbite is actually a good way to pressure him.
Well, the fight again continues mid lane. Macropyre's on the floor. Arrow hits Arrow, funnily enough, and at this point, Hook will be there on Daddy Mushi. He's in enemy territory, and he's now 6 feet under. One more kill for ET, and Thunder God's Wrath was utilized. Meanwhile, top lane, we're seeing Crony escape from Gek and Mustang. Back to mid lane, we see a dive by Hyper. He went under the tower to continue his dive on Arcanine, and Arcanine has mirror image, but he's already dropping way too low. In comes Vessel with the Remnant, 2 more kills. Though top lane, the trade was for Crony. who died to Gex Zeus. Not quite sure how he died, actually, but it is a death nonetheless. So across snap, that is a 3-for-1 in favor of Kittens and their matching Bunnies.
Yeah, it's... They got a bounty kill on Radiant, which that's something. And they're bleeding kills in mid, but they're not track kills, because bounty is like hanging out top, looking for to mess with his Ursa. So it's not terrible for Radiant, but I mean, it still doesn't feel great. And they're gonna try and take another
support on support violence. Ursa walks into the ice path and gets stunned temporarily, but it's Festival we need to look at this point. He finds Crystal Maiden with the chains into the hook. The arrow is missed thanks to the hook, but at this point, Dadimushi is dead. But the trade might be for Festival, but no, he's still fine. He's rooted up. Song will stun temporarily, but it's time to retreat, having already lost 2 heroes. Song ends, and right now, Hook is online. Hyper fishes around. He'll tumblers toy, and he'll miss wildly on that hook. But it's still a good fight for Kittens. It's 2 more kills for nothing. Thought for a second it might be a Festival death, but he's a little bit too tanky, it appears.
Yeah, he finished his corrosion. He has big pull and 3 points in flame guard. It's really hard to kill this guy. And obviously his team is there with him, backing him up. And Radiant just doesn't have like great damage or stuns or teamfight or like anything. Their draft sucks ass. I don't know.
I just love the way you went through the list. They don't have any damage, they don't have any stuns, they don't have any teamfight, they don't have any lockdown, they don't have any gold.
I mean, I think the best part of their draft is their first phase where they had CM Tiny, which is something you can just rip straight from TI. There were some teams just going CM and Tiny. And that part was good, but I think from there, their draft kind of... Like, this Naga feels weird, and then it's off lane.
Oh no, not again. One more death mid lane for Arrow. He was tracked this time as well. So that's been our one caveat all game. Is, it hasn't been track kills, but this time it was a track kill. And Ursa will tank an ice path. The dive continues with Ember and Jakiro. Mustang tries to turn but dies special. Meanwhile, this member is there on Gex Zeus. 3 more kills, so the fight continues. Freezing Field's been canceled by Hyper. Shook while Arcanine still man fighting on the north side of the fight. Dadimushi goes down to Hyper, and meanwhile, it's still Arcanine fighting with ET, Sasquatch, and Festival. He already used all of his abilities, has 21 charges, but in that 5v1, it's inevitable, and it is going to be a full 5-man wipe for the side of Kittens and their matching Bunnies. It's looking real rough right now, KU. I know I said it like 4 times this cast, but it's
Look
still
at the
accurate.
minimap. The minimap, this CM is just drawing arrows down to the sidelines. Like, I think she's trying to say, like, oh, we cannot fight these guys, we just need a split push. Which, in a normal game, that assessment is, like, correct. But the problem is, when you're playing against Bounty Hunter, trying to split push and stuff gets you punished really hard. So, maybe they'll try.
Well, the splitting, it results in Pudge going on Arrow, and the kill is secured by ET's Arrow. We may see Hyper go down. They need to kill Hyper. They need this. They're not going to get it, are they? They didn't get it.
Yeah, it's just really rough for Radiant.
Well, it's going to get a little bit more rough. The long-range arrow from ET. The track kill was there. And that's style points right there to get that arrow for the kill.
And CM is drawing the lines again. Which, you know, that's what you gotta do.
If enough arrows are drawn, maybe your team will listen to them, and hopefully they're correct arrows, because
he's
time
trying
to
to
run it
sneak
down.
He did not break on the bounty. It was actually close. His smoke almost broke. He'll probably get it here. This game on Ursa, I would have just gone like Diffusal or like straight up Basher or something. Because there's like no space on this map for Battlefield Ursa after your lane goes so poorly. And again, you have Naga Siren Zeus, which these heroes aren't going to do anything. They're just going to farm. Like, they're just going to keep farming. So someone has to do something. Like, you have a Tiny and CM who want to do stuff, but their only help is like Zeus ult. And I feel like an Ursa with the Diffusal, maybe just straight Basher, could have, you know, been killing Bounty or killing Pudge or something. But 200 Battle Fury, so Radiant needs to try and farm up, which
They are farming it up.
That's what they're
This is
splitting
accurate.
now.
You could look, they're everywhere. I mean, they're just trying to farm wherever is possible. They've got Arrow bottom lane. They've got Mustang and Arcanine playing top lane. It's just split as hard as possible. And it's, oh, never mind. I was going to say it's working flawlessly, but Arrow... He actually got away from that. He dodged the hook and blinked away, not even knowing there's a bounty on him, but got away there. That's an important escape there. Every bit of gold counts at this point in the game.
And Ursa baited Jakiro top, and he got the TP off barely. So they got Roche. They are not bleeding kills. Naga is farming pipe, which, I mean, it's like, okay, sure.
Well, the problem is he's not Broodmother, so I'm not sure if it's a good item on this hero, you know?
I mean, there was one team doing this at TI, playing Naga offlane, which was Entity.
Wait a minute. They got Sasquatch. That is something. Do you know what Entity we're building on the offline Naga?
Yeah, he was doing this kind of thing. I think he might have gone Treads also, but the point is they were trying this out. The difference was when they had offlane Naga. I mean, the way Entity structures their draft, basically Stormstormer is the one, and he's supposed to carry the game. And then Pure kind of plays whatever. And when they had offlane Naga, I think they always had carry Slardar, which is a hero that just gets his like Mask Madness Blink and then goes and fights and like does stuff with the team.
Well, multiple fights are breaking out once again. Arrow's already dead, though. It seems like Mustang's a little bit more fortunate getting away from the Ember Spirits. Okay, Mistook, all is well. I think a lot of teams are doing that at TI, though. They were having like, these players play carry from the mid. Like, I know Liquid did a lot with Nikke, Nisha with Secrets. I mean, it's a European thing, because a lot of the European teams are doing that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it makes sense sometimes, and it can definitely work, but in a game like this, it just feels like Radiant has 3 guys who want to farm, and no one who's doing anything.
Well, there is a mistook at this point, yeah. Stuff's actually happening. Freezing Field plus the tiny combination. Toss comes up on Hyper, who will now turn to Daddy Mushi. Ursa will end Rage. Wraith Pack is on the floor from both teams, it appears, but at this point, Radiant are beginning to collapse. They've already lost 2. They use 1 buyback and Crystal Maiden. Song comes after Mark 9 just to run at this point. Ursa, I mean, he still has 1 life remaining, but he used a lot to defend, and the defense was not ideal.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem with this Naga pick. Their best combo with Song is like Song into Runaway, because he's not setting up for anything, right? Like your CM can walk in to like get a cool ult, but she doesn't have BKB. She's just gonna like instantly get cancelled. There's no like Darkseer, no Tidehunter, no Enigma.
I love the first 2 you used for Darkseer Tide. You're thinking exactly what I was thinking about.
Yeah, and then I mean Dire did ban Tide in the last phase and stuff, so they were definitely covering the bases. But they're even a support like Disruptor or Jakiro, which Dire stole, just like something to get off of your Naga-san, I think is important, especially when it's an offlane Naga. Like, this hero is kind of buying these utility items, playing a more supportive style, but then her best supporting spell is not like being properly utilized by the draft, because it's like, not setting up for anything, which makes this pick look really awkward.
You know, back in my day, we used to just do team fighting all the time, you know? We didn't do any of that pesky split farming. We played 5v5 Dota. True.
Yeah, and that's one thing I still believe. In games like these, and these.
Oh. Not sure what that did, but it was something. He blinked to tank the arrow on purpose for his Zeus. Meanwhile, his members there on Crystal Maiden in the dire side jungle. So does one more kill for Sasquatch and Hyper.
This blink and tank the arrow play is actually good. This is like
okay.
Yeah, this shows that like you're there for your mid, you know.
It's about the morale victory. Got it. The morale victory.
they're building trust. Like, because you're going to be sitting in base here for the next however long it takes, because you have Zeus against,
Ember Pudge cores.
Yeah. No
Ember Pudge bounty cores. No, your best building hitter is Jakiro.
Jakiro needs to take this attack range talent, start clicking, get a Dragon Lance. So, getting that strong bond between teammates, blinking in for that arrow. This is important stuff. Bounty's looking for Ursa. Ursa's gonna...
Yeah, they even scanned, and they scanned correctly, but good TP away there.
Yeah. And I mean, Naga... Zeus can be good at, like, holding these waves. I still just wish Naga was setting up for something.
He's setting up for the high ground defense. He knows, I mean, he's watched whatever play, just sit on base for 55 straight minutes. We saw it last night in their series against Little Bros. Just play the slow game, just wait it out. And you win eventually. And that's possibly what we're in store for if Radiant plan on winning this one, so yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the way I like to draft still, and you can see it in my games from last season, I still believe very firmly that the offlaner should be a tanky man with a stun.
Yeah.
And it's because when your offlaner is like trash at the game, playing on 200 ping, can't do anything, feeds his lane every game, like at least you'll have a guy with a blink and a stun. So you can always do something. Like Mars or saying King Tide.
Oh no. They did not catch Festival, did they? They did not.
But when your offlaner doesn't have that, it can be hard to make plays, and Naga kind of has that with her ult, but it's like...
Alright, they're going to try to kill Hyper. He's already half HP. Avalanche into net. He'll BKB and dismember the Tiny as his return play. Crony is diving Dowdy Mushi. He'll pop his BKB as well. Arrow dives to the Festival damage, and Crony will bring down Dowdy Mushi as well. So it's 2 more kills. Count them, 32 kills now for Kittens and their matching bunnies. So it's just more.
I don't know that they can push here still on Dire. I mean, what they have to do is they have to just bait this Zeus forward and then just have Ember dive, like, all the way to the fountain.
Maybe it's just going to be the blink into hook plays, and if he hits the hook, then stuff happens. I mean, you saw it there. It's just fishing, and, well, that's your chains, into your ice path, into your hook, into your arrow. That's a lot of lockdown if I've ever seen it. And suddenly you've chained the support kills into an off-lane kill, and eventually the buildings will die. It might take a while, but eventually they'll die.
They see this Ursa. The bounty might start running. I think bounty showing here is like a pretty big mistake. Like, you should never be showing on the tower.
Alright, there we go again. Hook on Crystal Maiden. Very easy kill there for Hyper. Macro again is on the floor, breaking Arrow's Blink Dagger, allowing for the melee racks middle lane to die, into the range racks to follow. So a full set of racks has fallen, and we are now moving to the bottom lane, where, again, our very slow but very deliberate building push continues.
Yeah. I mean, Radiant did have some glimpses of hope. They got a few kills, but after the way the lane went, and the way they drafted, I think this game was always going to be really, really hard.
Well, Avalanche is there into the Nimbus, but it's a 2-man chains from Festival into the Ice Path on Daddy Mushi. Festival has the Remnant on the floor, but will not commit quite yet. Song will hit on 3, including on 2 cores. The follow-up is going to be the Avalanche, possibly on all 3, and it will be on, never mind, it'll be on BKBs. Sasquatch is dead. The trade is for Daddy Mushi, so both teams have lost their 5 supports. Dire now turn back in Festival. He'll Remnant out to the east side of the fight. The Remnants with a TP. Arrow will hit on Arcanine. They know that Naga is stunned. He's now tracked by Crony. Itadok is tanked by Arrow, so Arrow will give his life to save his offlaner. He's dropping with the rot damage. Festival has returned to the fight to bring down the Naga Siren. Ursa will get Yule's up in the air during his end rage. Gek is on the run to the fountain once again. Mustang will get brought down to the Shuriken. Correction, the rot damage. And that will be a 4-for-1 trade. Correction, a 5-for-1 trade. And there's your GGs in the chat. They'll bring down Gek with the last breath of the match. And for Kittens and their matching bunnies, that was a dominant Game 1 showing.
Yeah. Rough one for Radiant, but I think... I don't know if this is good news, but one possible positive is that I think a lot of their issues this game stem from their draft. And if they are able to identify that as the issue and fix it going into game 2, we could see a much closer game, which could be a positive if they figure it out. If they conclude that they just played bad, just need to play better game 2, and they draft in a similar way, then we might be in for another rough one.
So you're telling me go to dotabuff.com and steal the strategic stylings of Curtis Ling and the King Snake King?
I would not do that, actually, because those guys are juiced. I would choose like someone who sucks but did better. Let me check.
Do you want a team that sucked,
Probably.
but didn't suck too badly?
Yeah, I would just do what Team Liquid did, because what Team Liquid did is they just copied the stuff I was doing in Lads last season, and they rode that to 3rd place. Just keep it simple. Just like pick Pudge, pick Lena mid, get Leshrac.
That was banned out game 1. I mean, Sasquatch, he banned out the Lena right away. Says, you know what, this guy's good on Lena. We don't want to do this. We're just going to ban it. So that's what they did. They banned it.
Yeah, okay, it's unwinnable then. I don't know.
I was saying Leshrac as well. Leshrac was also first phase banned, so no Lena, no Lesh, no
That's
no
wild.
easy Dota 2.
This guy's a drafting genius then. I don't know. Maybe they should just ask for a coin flip for game 2 victory. I think maybe they should ban Bounty Hunter, or they will need to play against it better. I don't love Ursa as a counter to Bounty, is one thing, because at level 6 you get poked out of lane. You kind of need to like crush the lane earlier, and I'm not sure that Ursa does that, because it's like levels 1 to 3, 1 to 4 are pretty weak on Ursa. You only really spikes at level 5. Potentially level 3 if you're able to like click someone down the lane, but Ursa's not fast enough to hit Bounty a lot. So I don't think the lane is that good.
You know, if Silu was here tonight, we would have had Neff here.
This is so sad.
I asked him, hey,
tired.
you want to cast Sasquatch's team tonight? And he was like, who's on the teams? I gave him the screenshots of the team. He's like, oh. And then I told him, I should have bait and switched Neff. Because Silu's on the roster sheet. And I told him Silu's not going to be here, there's going to be a stand-in. And he's responded, I want Silu, I'm out. So, I should have bait and switched Neff tonight. We'd have had Neff for the guests. What can you do?
Unlucky. Apparently they don't even need him to crush this series, though. They can just do it with the stand-in.
You know, he might not be a stand-in for much longer at the rate we're going here. I mean, possibly permanent addition to the team. I am going to cut us to a break, though. You got any? Actually, no. I'll just see you and we'll just see the cast again soon. My name's Badger. I'm joined by KU, and we'll see you again soon for Game 2 of Nice Guys versus Kittens and their matching bunnies. Greetings and salutations again, Dota fans. Welcome on back for game number 2 of Kittens and Matching Bunnies taking on Nice Guys. If you missed game 1, you didn't miss all too much. Fairly one-sided game in favor of Kittens and their Matching Bunnies. Hopefully, game 2 will prove more competitive. How you doing, KU?
Yeah, I'm good. Hoping for a more exciting game. I think Radiant banned Bounty Hunter, which is a good first step. Now they're banning Fudge.
And they made a good second step as well. They picked Abaddon, the best hero in Dota.
Oh, I was about to talk about where they messed up, which was picking Abaddon.
No,
And then they picked a Rubik.
Never a mistake. Okay, maybe the Rubik, yeah, but the Abaddon's never a mistake.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I already hate Radiant's draft a lot. And I think they lost. Again.
You know, if you think about
However,
it, the Abaddon Rubik.
Is dog shit. Like, absolutely terrible.
I mean, if you look at my hero grid, you can see that I value these two heroes very highly. You know, very highly. I value these two heroes.
Yeah. I feel like
5 seconds remaining.
we're gonna have to see, like, I don't know what we're gonna have to see out of the course, but Abaddon and Rubik, these heroes don't do anything. Like, Abaddon sits behind this carry, gives him the juice. You know?
You know what Abaddon
Rubik?
does though? He makes the opponent not do things, and if both teams aren't doing anything, that's a good situation for Abaddon.
Yeah, the problem is I'm pretty sure Dire is gonna be doing a lot of stuff, and Abaddon cannot stop everything on his own.
All he has to do is put one little wrench in the plan there, because we're gonna see these chain lockdowns like last game, where it's like, all right, it's one stun into the next stun into an arrow from long range. Stick a shield in that; it ruins everything. Big fan of this pick.
They're banning Anti-Mage.
Not a fan of that ban.
He's
Bad
really good against Abaddon and Rubik, though. You have to think about that. The problem is you picked Abaddon and Rubik in your first base, which I think both these heroes are like a D tier. And then you're picking a Pango here, and you didn't ban for it at all. Like,
Well, there's no Bloodseeker ban. Actually, banning up the Anti-Mage, not the Bloodseeker, is probably gonna bite them in the ass there.
I just feel like this team, the thing I've observed them struggling with the most, I would say, is their drafting. I think their players, I don't know if they're good, if they're bad. I just know that every time I look at their draft, I think it looks like trash, and then the players look really bad because I think their draft does not equip them properly to play the game in a way that looks good. However, I think Pangolier is pretty good against everything that Dire has. They didn't really get punished at all. I think Pango is one of the best heroes in the game against Primal. And it doesn't really care about Sky. Like, Sky can be annoying if he silences you before, but ideally you're rolling into the fight, and Sky doesn't do anything to you. So we'll see.
It's an interesting drafter. It's probably, 4 Skywrath, 5 Mirana, mid-Tusk, 3 PB?
I think it's really flexible. I think any of these heroes could be any role, really. I'm gonna say I have no idea. It could be. I think it could be offlane Skywrath, honestly.
Really?
I talked about it earlier. These Honk Guilders, they love Skywrath. They just jam this hero every role. They go offlane Sky, mid Sky, sub Sky, whatever. It could just be Sky with Tusk or something. Could be mid Tusk, mid Primal. Could just be a support Sky with one of these melee heroes in the offlane. I imagine they don't know exactly what they want to do here either. I mean, they're gonna get to see one more hero. which will show them the lanes. But I imagine we will be getting a carry last pick here. I think Radiant should ban Bloodseeker. I'm sure they will. Hopefully. I think Blood's really good against Pango, obviously. Doesn't care about these subs at all. And it's cool against Kunkka. Like, you just get a BKB really early on Blood, so they're kind of scaring me here, though, with the Faceless Void ban.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
I guess, Dire ban Wraith King. I just feel like Radiant's draft, it feels like how I drafted when I was, like, 2K MMR. Like,
maybe by banning Wraith King, they baited out.
Yeah, that's
a
what I
void
think.
ban.
But, like, I don't know why Dire is banning Wraith King. This hero feels so, like, pathetically bad.
Have you considered Sasquatch is just too smart?
Yeah, maybe. This hero is like a 37% win rate on Dota Pro Tracker. It's like by far the lowest. This hero is giga terrible. But you know, maybe it's annoying for Skywrath. Like if the skeletons start hitting Skywrath is really sad. That's the only thing I can see here.
Just don't
I don't
get
know.
hits. Just don't get it, KU.
That's true.
So we need some carries for both teams, correct?
Probably. Looks like a pretty free TB game for Radiant.
Seems like a
And
pretty
Dire?
free TV game for Dire, too, yeah.
Yeah.
So looking like a good TV game, KU.
I think, I mean, a TB on Radiant, I think will just feed. TB on Dire, I think will carry the game. I mean, other notable carries that are still in, Drow Ranger is still here. I think Bloodseeker. Maybe,
Lifestealer's still in, too.
yeah, Lifesteal looks pretty good for both teams, actually. I think what's about to happen here is Radiant's going to steal Bloodseeker. I believe, if I had to guess.
I'm a little bit shocked they didn't go for it earlier. I mean, it's a really good Bloodseeker game into this anti-Pangolier situation.
Yeah, but I think. Oh wait, Dire picks first. Yeah, I think they're just gonna Bloodseeker here. But I feel like not banning Bloodseeker is like a pretty big oversight by Radiant, and the only thing I can think of is they're like, oh, I want to pick Bloodseeker, let's leave it. Maybe Dire won't pick it. Because, like,
I mean, they had a chance to ban it 15, they had a chance to pick it 18, they had a chance to ban. I think they're just not scared of the Bloodseeker, because they had 3 chances to ban it and 1 chance to pick it, so I think they just don't favor the hero, conceptually.
I think they're just, like, bad at drafting.
Possible.
But hey, given the benefit of the doubt here. I mean, they, like... Dire has a lot of options still. Like, DB looks really free. Drow just got banned. Lifestealer still looks really free. Bloodseeker looks pretty free.
Okay, that
Arc
is
Warden.
the Hyper Arc Warden.
It sounds pretty terrible. I hate this, but hey, Anti-Mage is banned, so...
I believe Hyper has played it already in Lads this season. I don't think it went that well, though.
He got 6-dogged.
He did get 6-dogged, you're right.
I mean, so now these guys should go, like, PL? I would go PL, I think. But, yeah, I don't know. I think it looks like a really good PL game.
That's a sniper. That is not what I expected.
Yeah, I think
Kind of the opposite of PL, actually.
Psycho. Who is the offlaner on Radiant again? Isn't it Arcanine?
I guess it's going to be Kunkka offlane
Kunkka?
Pangolier mid then. Okay then.
And it is yeah, it's offlane Skypath. And 5 Marana.
You know, Teddy's asking for a shout out right now.
I think I can shout out these, man.
Exactly.
I'm not sure that Radiant has offline Sky on their radar at all. But I imagine Sniper Abba will do okay in this lane against Sky Primal. I
Yes,
think
you're gonna need sticks on both of those heroes, but even then, with 2 sticks, it's just you press concussive shot, you press trample, you just win the lane automatically. I think.
Wow. I'm kind of bad, huh?
I mean, Sniper kills Skywrath really fast, and Skywrath can't really get in range to cast on Sniper. In theory, in practice, the lane gets a little messy. We'll see. I think Tusk versus Pango mid. I think Tusk. I feel like it's pretty even, but like 6-minute rune rotation is really big for both. I don't know if I like offlane Kunkka. I mean, I hate this hero a lot right now. 2 seasons ago, I was like on the carry Kunkka train, but they nerfed a lot of this hero's stuff. His talents all got nerfed and changed around. I don't really know what it offers them as an offlaner here.
I guess
Like-
the idea might be Pangoliers is better mid than offlane, and they have to put the Kunkka somewhere, right?
Yeah, and I feel like that's really flawed logic because why did you pick Kunkka right after you picked Pango then? You could have picked any other offlaner. Like, I feel like this game is on Pango to basically 1v5s a game. Like the early to mid game for Radiant. And Dire has like 4 guys that'll be playing Dota, and Arc Warden, if he's good, will also be playing Dota. So I think like Rubik and Abba like don't really offer anything ever.
Oh no, he doesn't have a stick on Abbott right now.
He has a Ring of Regen.
Oh no. He needs a stick. I like the
I don't-
locket idea, but that's the wrong order to buy that in.
I don't know if he knows what's going on here. Have they identified that this is a course guy? I'm not sure.
I mean, I haven't. And
Wait,
I've got
it's not a
Omnivision,
course
and I
guy.
haven't identified it yet. So
It's actually it's Core Primal.
yeah, I was gonna
They're
say
switching roles.
he's got cute. I think Crony plays 4 except when there's Bounty Hunter.
The battle begins.
Maybe just pick Bounty Hunter half their games at this point.
He played Ench as a 3 last time against Six Dog when they got rolled. So I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't play the Primal or something. Maybe they're switching roles around. I don't know. But I mean, I think this lane should probably. I'd imagine it goes okay for Radiant, but I don't know. Their starting items are kind of sus, so we'll see. Mid should still be a trade, and then top, I'm not sure what's going to happen. Because I don't know that offlane Kunkka has enough damage to kill with Rubik. So maybe they'll just trade farm. And Miranda will just click people.
That's one of those
Yeah.
things where I'm sure Sasquatch, he was at the last chance qualifiers with his team. I'm sure he got to put his eyes upon the great king, Snake King, and says, you know what? This guy's playing 5 Mirana hitting things. I can do that too. I can hit things. He's now hitting things.
Yeah,
Dire's top
that's all.
is under
These
attack.
Mirana players are so annoying, man. They do this build, Fairy Fire 3 branches, and then they just click. They click some more. And they have a million range. It's pretty obnoxious. Bottom is starting pretty good for Radiant, it looks like. They are pushing in a tower though. Maybe they'll get a pull, but there's no camp actually, so never mind.
Yeah, blocked out. Everything's blocked out. Actually, they're both blocked out. Actually, no, the Radiant's unblocked, but it's currently being body blocked. Seems like it will be alive at minute 2,
Has been killed.
and it is, but that's a little bit too late for the minute 1 pull.
Yeah, I feel like
Interesting.
everyone's just gonna farm in these lanes for a while.
As you say that, they go bottom lane on Sniper. But there's actually no, there's no trample. He went for a 1-0-1 build on E2.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of want your E to start. It just gives you presence in the lane, extra damage, helps you CS.
I'm not surprised about the point in upper. I mean, I thought he had a point in trample at 2, rather than the onslaught.
Yeah, I mean, level 3.
Well, he's level 3 now. He's just running down Sniper.
Yeah.
Not a kill, though. That is not a kill. Instead, it's a turn with Shrapnel. Sniper. Wait, why does nobody... Okay, now at least Abaddon's a stick in this lane, but Sniper still doesn't have a stick. He's got 2 Wraith Bends.
Kind of wasted a shrapnel charge there, like he overlapped him, and he could potentially get punished for that. Like, this might just be a kill if he had...
Lack of mana on ET will keep Sniper alive, and instead it's Crony who's dropping low. 2 more hits will do it, and that will be your headshot from Mustang. First blood going to the Sniper. Meanwhile, top lane, Torrent hits on Hyper. Hyper is dropped and he's lifted up by the Rubik of Arrow. Arrow may die for this kill, but he's already killed the Arc Warden. Sasquatch leaps on in to bring down the Rubik, but now he's tanking a bunch of damage from Arcanine. He'll pop his Fairy Fire. Arcanine's going in. That's Torrent in 1. Sasquatch has no leaps. Arcanine goes to the Torrent, will miss it, has Tybreer, and gets the kill on Sasquatch. 3 kills for Nice Guys, and it took him a long time last game to get 3 kills. They get it this time in minute 3.
Yep. I mean, lanes are looking good. I wasn't sure there would be much action, but it's a lot of fighting.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is.
And I think if this Kunkka is able to like get an early lead, he will probably kick this Arc Warden out of lane. And Arc Warden, when he gets kicked out of lane, has no nowhere to go. You can't kill the jungle, so he
Bottom
just has
lane,
to.
big kill on Sniper. It's trample damage. Did you say before that? Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, Arc can't really jungle early, so if he gets kicked out of lane, he can only kind of roam and look for kills, or you jungle like really, really slowly. So that could be something to look out for Dire. And one thing he can do is like just go mid if his lane gets bad and just try and farm there. And Tusk can run around and do whatever. So that might be what ends up happening. We'll see.
A lot of man fighting is going on middle lane, but it also is middle lane, so nobody's dead yet, though. Festival's about to hit 6.
I mean, he's winning on Tusk in this lane like a little bit, which I think makes sense. This year's laning is really strong. And Pango's kind of like
Well, Sasquatch is dead if you're wondering, but he got a cur before he died, so I guess that's mission accomplished right there. A courier for Mirana trade.
I mean, that's great for Radiant. Just any kills they can get, obviously, gonna be good. I mean, Kunka's top net worth. In the draft, I was saying, like, I didn't know why they have offlane Kunkka, but it's looking pretty good right now. We'll have to see how he's able to turn this lead into more as the game goes on.
It is rune camping time again. Arrow at the top rune. Festival goes on, and the rune will spawn bottom. Gek will grab it. But Festival may kill him here. The shards are perfect from Festival. He'll snowball into the grabbing the Invis rune into perhaps a punch. He'll bottle up, and now the roll comes out from Gek. It's really chaotic in this fight in middle lane. Somehow nobody's going to die there, but that was a really interesting fight mid.
He's actually walking top on Festival. I've never seen him do this before. He
Yeah.
almost always, every single game, walks to the enemy safe lane. But this game, he's walking top.
Sasquatch is low, but he's baiting. Shards will hit on Arrow. Arrow will miss on Arrow, but instead it's actually Sniper going down bottom lane. Arrow now drops top lane. Gek rotates able to bring down Sasquatch top lane. So across map already a 2-for-1, but they want to turn into a 2-for-2 with the kill on Hyper. Hyper is about 2/3 HP right now. Torrent is online. Hyper will juke it out entirely. And he'll now walk under his tower, though Gek is on the dive. Shield crash into the swashbuckle, into the right click, so now it is a 2 for 2. And I believe now our fighting will end for a little bit.
Yeah, I kind of hate this Arc Warden pick. I don't really know. I mean, I know why they picked it. Because this guy is level 25 Arc Warden.
Now, there's a good chance if they lose this game, they're not picking Arc Warden again all season. Over to bottom lane again, Silence on Sniper, and Abaddon's trying to save. The spells are on cooldown. Sniper's life is also now on cooldown, mixing a Pulverize from ET. Daddy Mushi's trying to fight, but it's currently a 4v1 for, if you're counting the numbers. Arc Warden and Amurana have rotated in, and the Abaddon will keep himself alive, but actually it's kind of good. It's a lot of attention grab, which means this top T1 tower is taking a lot of damage over here to the Rubik and the Kunkka.
Yeah, this is the Arc Warden rotation I was talking about. He gets kicked out of his lane. Can't really jungle, so he just needs to go find a new home, a different lane. Ends up being bottom.
The only problem becomes what do you do with your sniper, and I guess sniper's going to walk out of the fountain with a smoke and go to the top lane.
Yeah. I mean, they might kill him mid, actually.
Another great shards from Festival. The roll is there in time. 3 heroes are stunned, and Kunkka and Rubik have rotated in. Sasquatch is the target. He'll leap away, but eventually he will die nonetheless. So the bolt was missed, but the kill was hit. Now Festival will punch up the Abaddon. He'll shield himself, looking to man fight. Festival is about 1/4 HP right now, fighting the 1v4. Wants to kill before he dies, and he will not get it. That's 2 kills for Nice Guys. Now 8 on the board, and it's a dead even game right now.
Yeah. Arc Warden did get his Midas, which is really important. That you get your Midas early. Because you obviously get to use your ult and it's twice as effective. So the earlier you get it, the better. Sniper's also having a pretty good game. Looks like he's a really low level.
That's a big concern, but speaking of slight concerns, mid lane's a brawl going on right now. ET, he's tanking the damage. Is Sniper the lowest hero in the game? No, he's not. He's second lowest. Never mind. Behind the Abaddon.
Yeah, I thought his net worth looked good, but he's really sad on XP, so maybe he's not doing too good.
What can you do?
And he's not going to get the tome either. Yeah, this is brutal.
Where is the tome going right now?
It's flying to Rubik.
Yeah, if you're Rubik, you gotta give that one up to Sniper, I'm quite sure.
Nah, fuck this guy.
Actually, why is everyone in Radiant so low in levels? 5 on Rubik, 5 on Sniper, 4 on Abaddon. Where are the levels, actually? I mean, the lanes went pretty well. Where are the levels?
They picked Abaddon. I don't know why they picked Abaddon.
Oh, ET's being gone on mid lane. He's trampling around. He'll tank the boat. The Festival puts him into the snowball. Roll comes out from Gek, diving the tower and its vicinity. ET still half HP, lifted up by Arrow into the roll again from Gek. He'll now pulverize the Pangolier, but he might just die here. Punch comes in from Festival. Everyone is dropping between the Pangolier and the Primal Beast. Gek will die first on the Pangolier. ET will walk away. Now, Snowball into the Flux from Hyper will go on Arcanine, but it's shielded by Daddy Mushi. Arrow, it's perfect again. Shields on cooldown, and now Arcanine will die. So it's 2 cores dead, and he has Assassinate skill, doesn't he? On Sniper.
Yeah.
That's a mistake, I'm sure.
I think it would have been fine if he ported to this mid wave, but he had just ported to his tier 2 bottom to catch the wave before this fight happened. And if he had TP, I think he would have come mid, and this fight could have looked a little better for Radiant. But unfortunate for him, he was not able to participate. I'm not really sure where this game goes from here. I imagine it's kind of a lot on this Tuscan Pango to make stuff happen. I mean, Primal's good too, but I feel like Kunkka is kind of just gonna hit creeps for a while. He has double bracer phase, like he's going for pact, I guess. Which
I mean, Pact's a good item, I guess. But
pact is a good item. I just feel like I don't know. Maybe they're getting like too cute with it. Like they pick Naga, they go pact. They pick Kunkka, they go pact. Like, can't you just pick the
it's better than not going Pact. It's better.
Rude. the heroes that actually like excel with a race pact?
Oh, Skyrath Mage, he's going in mid lane. He's going for a kill on Abaddon, but he will not get it. The Shards from Festival couldn't get the kill either. And now, the stolen arrow is used on Festival from Arrow. Gex rolling around in the X mark. It's not on Tusk. I'm not quite sure where it was, but the boat will miss because of that one. And now Gex roll is finally ended. ET's TP'd in the pulverized. Pangolier is about 1/3 HP, and now he's instantly brought down by Sasquatch's damage. Mid T1, SS was now a 2-for-1 trade, I believe. Turning into another 2-for-2 trade with the Abaddon falling. Arrow's punched up in the air by Festival, but now he'll steal Pulverize and Pulverize away, but Dire continue to dive with Ice Shards to bring down the Rubik. So, a good opening to the fight by Nice Guys, getting the kill, getting the tower, but it was a very costly retreat right there.
I think Orange is making a pretty big mistake in this game. Not participating in these fights. His tower is still alive here in mid, and they fought around mid twice already. And he's just farming instead. I think with 4 points in Shrapnel, even a point in Assassinate, he should be looking to participate.
Well, he is participating in a fight, but not one on his terms, because he is bursted down instantly top lane. Oh my.
Yeah, good play by Dire. They smoked for this, I think, or maybe they run ulted. No, they smoked. They're able to catch him right after he ported here. So, yeah, and this whole time Arc is just free farming. With Midas, Maelstrom, he's going travels now. So it's looking pretty good for Dire. I think Tango like died twice, or died at least once fighting mids, which slows down his game a lot. Kunkka is having a pretty good game, but he's going packed, which I don't know that this like.
R.I.P.
is
Rubik.
good.
I mean, it is packed. I'm never.
VM pause.
That's not a VM pause. That's not a V. That's not a VM. Come on, kid.
Kill the Rubik and pause on him.
You've been in enough games to know what a VM pause is.
It's even more BM because you said sec sorry.
I've seen
That's
enough
wild.
BM pause in my life to know this isn't a BM pause.
Yeah, but I don't remember what I was talking about. Probably Flaming Radiant. I don't know.
I mean, it's one of those things where both Arc Warden and Sniper had terrible laning phases, but now Arc Warden's #1 net worth by 1.5k net worth, and Sniper is not.
I don't know what. I mean, I kind of know what went wrong.
What went wrong, kid? You go explain it. We're paused. Explain it to the people what went wrong.
These guys went into the pick screen and they went in their first phase and they chose Abaddon Rubik.
Don't trash talk my boy Abaddon. Abaddon's a great pick, bro. Come on.
Okay,
Now.
so they banned Marcy and they banned what Bounty Hunter this game. Who did they leave? Did they leave Undying?
Yeah,
Did they ban
Undying,
Undying?
PD, all were through.
Couldn't they have just picked Undying? I mean, the other team first picked Mirana, and you say, "Oh, but he can leap and hit the like." Who cares, man? Just pick Undying, get a good lane. The hero has more heals than Ava. It has better save. It has
Better
better
save.
killing Roche. It can put a tomb on the hill and win every fight. Like this
Better
hero
saves.
is broken.
Yeah, it's a company with Undying can purge Arrow, man. There's no way a hero can purge Arrow.
This guy isn't arrow and shit, man.
He's been
This guy
trying
is
to Arrow.
max
Kids.
Starstorm. He just kills you anyway. It doesn't matter. Just pick Undying and like win your lane. Abba doesn't win lane. Like Abba just gets ran at by Mr. Beast, and then you cry.
That's a Mr. Beast problem, not an Abaddon problem.
Yeah, the problem is that Undying solves the problem, and they have Abaddon instead. But you know, Abba's fun. He can purge the arrow. Sure, that's true. And then they picked Rubik. Oh, what? Why did they Rubik? He's
I don't know.
gonna steal the arrow.
Steal the arrow, yeah. He stole an arrow once this game
I
already.
know
That's
why.
it's anti-arrow tech.
His name is Arrow, and the other guys are choosing Marana. So now he wants to shoot the arrow.
It's twice in a game. It's twice in a row. That's been the hard part with the cast. Is it's arrow into arrow by arrow against. It's hard.
Yeah.
They're making my job difficult today.
I mean, this is why these pause 4 players, they deserve to like be poor and have miserable games, because they just ask for Rubik. If something goes wrong and they want to play Rubik, they're like, oh, last game was hard, just give me Rubik, my favorite hero. And then they're fucking useless. Like, they don't steal anything, they just grease the lane, they grease the game.
I love this rant, actually.
He's having fun.
This is not the first time you've had an anti-Rubik rant in this cast this season. Mid-lane, Crony is already dead, by the way. You got destroyed by Swashbuckle and the Tidebringer, damn it. What did Rubik do to you, KU? What did Rubik do to you?
I mean, if you ever play any pubs, man, these pause 4 players, they're all just like playing Rubik. They like only play Rubik, and then they don't know how to play the lane. They don't know how to play Dota. They just like steal the spell and it looks cool, and then they like steal Black Hole once and think they're hot shit, and they play Rubik 500 games after that.
I see what you mean. We're seeing ET getting gone upon in the dire jungle. Meanwhile, he's getting chain stunned by the roll, but he's still alive because he's a primal beast. But eventually, the Tidebringer Nation from Arcanine will bring him down. I feel like
That was great rolling thunder there.
It was.
Good setup.
Perfectly on the edge of the terrain there.
I would have messed that up, I'm pretty sure. My ping was a little... I'm good at swashbuckling the waves, but the rolling could use some work. This guy's got his rolls down. It's important. It's good to see. Like I said, this guy has to do a lot of the heavy lifting this game, I think. Because his subs don't do anything, and he's kind of the only guy that can run in there and make stuff happen. So if he's able to keep doing that, they'll have a chance. They'll be able to hopefully make Sniper, give Sniper...
Oh, power time's still on cooldown, power time's still on cooldown, no! Okay, he's fine.
This Skyrath is...
Is he still dead? He's still dead. Oh no. Well, in comes the fight again. Torn is there on Primal Beast, but Mr. Beast is fine until the roll comes through from Gek. Sasquatch is leaping in as Crony has a gank on the backside. Sasquatch has fallen, but it's already 2-for-1 trade. Though with ET dying to the roll, damage is now 2-for-2 trade. Festival snowballs through, stunning out over to Arcanine. 6 players there on Pangolier. Pangolier is silenced, and now he's finally dead. Now a 3-for-2. Arcanine's on the run again. Everything's on cooldown, but he'll still phase boot away from the team fight. But overall there, a win for Kittens and their matching Bunnies, with a 3-for-2 in their favor.
Yeah, there's this thing I said, I don't know if I said it on cast or I was just like talking to my stack, where I said like offlaners this patch can like be whoever they want as long as they go packed and like maybe a pipe. And I feel like this offlaner on Radiant, he bought in. He's we're on the same page. The thing is, I think I was trolling when I said that, so I don't know, maybe buy a BKB, maybe just buy a BKB and run in, get your packed later. We'll see though. He does, like, Kunkka with pack actually makes a lot of sense, kind of, because you already have damage reduction with your ult. So Wraith Pact?
X mark on Sasquatch. Yo, Arrow hitting Arrow into the Pulverize on Arrow as well. He'll get demolished on Rubik into the Gleipnir on Arcanine. Kick comes through from Festival. He has the Ags on Tusk, bringing Arcanine deep into the background to the Dire's side, and Kunkka cannot stand his ground. The trade is for Skyrath Mage, but it's looking real bad for Nice Guys. Arrow will miss, with the snowball will hit. A double kill for Hyper, 3 kills for Kittens, and I suppose that is space for Sniper, but it is a lost fight nonetheless.
Yeah, I feel like they're still misplaying this Sniper. I actually realized this like a few patches ago when I was playing Sniper, is that you need to participate in the game, because at this point you're like really strong. Like max shrapnel, you stand far in the back.
Oh no.
your ult
Keep
doesn't
going,
do.
keep going.
But hopefully you have some people to tank. You have an ABBA and two like melee cores to stand in the front. Like you should be in the fight and you should be clicking people. You should be casting your Q. Because you don't farm the fastest on this hero. You're not like there's a kickback ABBA.
He's once again deep and has borrowed time if he needs it. X mark is there on Sasquatch into the torrent, into the miscoil with the extra torrent damage getting the kill there.
Like, he like 5-shotted the Mirana and he like probably 4-shots this guy. Like this guy is really strong right now. And he has been strong for a while, even after his like really sad.
Snowball on Kunkka, roll comes through from Gek. Kunkka is silenced and he's bursted down. He'll Wraith Pack before he dies, however, but the Wraith Pack also is dead. Gek's roll is still going, but it's the long retreat for Nice Guys. The shards were stolen by Arrow and used to retreat. The festival went over his opponent's shards anyways. Sniper has turned with the take aim active into the sharpshooter. Correction, the assassinate to try to bring down the Tusk, but was ever so short in the damage. I think it was like 10 HP left on Tusk there, so bit unfortunate how low Skywrath and Tusk got, and it was still no... Okay, there's the fatal kill from Arrow. Pulverize comes through, Arrow's there on Abaddon. Abaddon has borrowed time in 1 second, but can't get it off in time! Now the trade again is for Sasquatch, so it's a 2-for-2 trade there.
Yeah, his Pango has Brigand's Blade, which is like really good on the hero. Q does like 1,000,000 damage. He like almost one-shot Mirana. I mean, this fight I think is okay for Radiant. Like they're getting some kills. Sniper is participating in the game. Then they killed Mirana twice in a row there actually. And they only lost their ABBA, who's, you know, whatever. If he dies, he dies. One thing is, Arc Warden has BKB now? I don't know. I like, this guy is 25 arc, so I imagine he knows what he's doing, but he did this same thing in the game against Six Dog, and I never felt like the BKB had much impact. So we'll see. I mean, obviously this game is looking a lot better than that one was. They were behind when he got his BKB. This game they're ahead.
Well, here we go again. It's festival show time. ET's going on in with the onslaught. As Pulverize will BKB, and actually not used it quite yet. There's a 4-stop away from Rubik, who stole the onslaught. But there is a Pulverize on Abaddon. We now have to use his borrowed time to get away, but he will not get away. But the roll comes through. Looking for Hyper. He's forced to BKB. Hyper is incredibly low. Gek wants this kill on Hyper. Hyper. Wait, is that a clone?
Oh, that's his main.
That's the real one, yeah. He's still, it's just so close, but not quite enough. Now, ET will tank the death, but okay, it's not a bad fight. They're still going in with another stolen onslaught, looking towards Festival, but Festival is again running away. Oh, that's way short. Never mind. It's over.
Yeah, I hate this BKB on Arc. I think this is so trash. I don't know why he does it. This hero should not like be BKBing and clicking people. This hero should be a caster. He should get Octarine, he should get Ags, and he should play around a Spark Race. And I feel like this BKB just slows down his timing. And his clone doesn't need BKB to like cast its spells in the fight. I feel like.
We see Skyrath, special agents of Skyrath being put in the back lines, but there's a 4-stop away by a Rubik. Problem is, there's an ET following up on Crony's Skyrath salvo, and Arcanine's TP is canceled with the Gleipnir as well, so it's another rough retreat for Nice Guys. Arcanine's going to attempt to get away, as will be Abaddon. Abaddon has to use his borrowed time. Pulverize comes through on the Kunkka, into the arrow, into the Skyrath damage, and eventually Kunkka will die. Gek is again rolling around, but he's currently fighting in a 1v5, and best case scenario is that he doesn't die here, and wait, he has no TP. This is gonna be very hard to get away here. Wait, they don't know he's here. They have no idea he's here. He's good. Never mind. Overall, though, another 3-for-0. Another rough fight there for Nice Guys.
Rubik is porting in.
This is dangerous territory for... Okay! somehow gets away temporarily, but
It is a Rubik brain.
yeah, that's
People,
keyword there is temporary.
they pick Rubik. They like, I don't know. They don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. They're just like, I want to go steal a spell, and they just like poured into a tower with his whole team not here.
I feel like this is like repressed acid rain resentment still in there from
Oh,
two seasons
that
ago.
guy? I don't know. That guy knows what he's doing on Rubik. I wouldn't mess with that guy's Rubik. There's a lot of guys out there though. They just ruined the game as his hero. Anyway,
The
all good,
Rubik
though.
anger.
The sniper, they bought some space for him. He poured it out at the start of that fight, like near the tier 1. He just like poured it out in front mid. But this roll was actually like really good by Pango, and if Sniper had like stayed, they might have killed them all. Because it's a really good Pango game when he's rolling around. And if he can keep getting good rolls and the Sniper's able to hit, I think Radiant actually has like a decent chance in this game, even with a 9k deficit. Problem is they only have Sniper's BKB. The other 2 cores aren't even close.
Oh, Arrow is actually so incredibly dead. R.I.P. It seems like Daddy Mushi is in danger as well, but he is an Abaddon, so it seems like he'll be fine. He will be fine. Tidal Wave from Arcanine will miss. Sleipnir is there on 2 heroes. The Pulverize on Pangolier on the east side of the fight into the Arrow combination. Gek actually have to roll up oftentimes. He's rolling around on the backside of the team fight as Hyper's, Arc Ward, and Clone and ET are on the west side of the fight. X-Mark into Assassinate, in the Torrent is there on ET, but Festival saves him with the Snowball. Abaddon's kicking even deeper, so his Borrow Time is activated. His Borrow Time is now instantly ended. So it is actually only a 1-for-1 technical. It could actually a 2-for-1 if you count the Arrow death earlier in the fight, so not too bad there. 2 supports for 1 support.
Yeah, it was looking okay for Radiant, but they weren't able to convert any real kills. This Miranda kills, like whatever. This guy just feeding pause 5, whatever. However, for the item builds on Radiant, Kanka not going BKB, he's going Lotus, which it is a great Lotus game, but I think without BKB, this guy will never be able to run in, which I'm a little concerned about. And Tango had a Maelstrom queued up, but now he has Lincoln's Basher, which I think these are better. I kind of want him to just go Ags, though, and just roll around.
Well, the smoke's already popped. Gek is shield crashing in, but does not get the kill on Crony. Pulverize comes in on Sniper. Backline has been gone, and Abaddon's not in range to save. Sniper, he'll now BKB, but he's punched away again from his Abaddon. Abaddon's trying to get in range, but they're just keeping Abaddon away from the Sniper. It's already a 1-for-1 trade, but with Gek dropping low, it's not looking too good right now. He'll die to Hyper. ET is torrented up in the air, but he's saved by the Snowball from Festival. Daddy Mushi will have his Borrowed Time activated again, and ET goes on to Arrow in the back lines. Arrow comes through with the Daddy Mushi. Abaddon is going to get stunned to his death, and Arcanine will attempt to TP away, but it's canceled with a root into the Pulverize. Another death. The last survivor on Nice Guys inevitably will die. Now it's going to be another full 5-man wipe, and just like that, Kittens and their matching bunnies extend their lead again. A lot closer of a game than Game 1, but it's beginning to look more and more like Game 1 as every minute goes on.
Yeah. Radiant smoked, and they smoked right to this hill where Dire was camping. They had an obs. Dire also has a obs further back, so they were fighting in a lot of vision here. So it's a really hard fight for Radiant, and then Sniper got jumped first by Primal.
Okay, after kick into a death. Okay, then a Blink, Aether Lens, Aghadim's Tusk, man.
Yeah, that's rough. This build is really fun on Tusk when you get Lens. Kicking people back is... There's something about it. It just feels good. You can also save. The save is really nice with the lens on your snowball. And Radiant's walking up into their try.
He's kicking creeps now. I think he looked for triangulator, but he kicked the creep instead. He's kicking creeps.
He's going Mjolnir on Sniper. I don't really like this. I think
A lot of attack speed.
he just needs an MKB, I think. He needs more damage, and there will be an arc bubble. It's like kind of a meme, like that arc warden counter sniper, because you just bubble the guy, but there is some truth to it.
Oh no. I mean, the Arc Warden clone is going to die here, but Sniper has been kicked all the way towards ET and Festival, and Sniper will attempt the man fight with his Biggie, but his Kunkka has fallen, his Abaddon has lost his borrowed time. Crony goes on Rubik in the backlines with the E-Blade and Mystic Flare combo to bring down Rubik. Sniper, he's still trying to man fight with that pulverized correction. It's purged by Daddy Mushi, but there's just more stuns. There's too many stuns. A triple kill for ET, and well, there's a buyback from Arrow, but it's still a 2v4 situation currently. And Festival goes in with a kick on it, Rubik. That's going to be a dieback on Arrow. He stole the Tempest double, but unfortunately his life has been stolen. He returns to the Aether, and that's mid-rack for sure, if not more than that.
Yeah, a rough game for Radiant.
That's your
They're gonna
GG.
call it.
They're just going to call it.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely... I feel like it was closer.
Well, it's closer for sure. It's just...
Yeah, I mean, they got a lot more kills this game. It was closer, but still, I think I'm gonna say it again. I've kind of said it a lot, but I think that their issues, I think, stem from the draft. And if I were them, I would look at the draft because I think they don't feel like they're properly equipped to win these games. There's like this game, the support duo feels very awkward. And then I don't know, their offlaner is always playing some weird thing. I don't know. I mean, the Pango played well this game. I think he was trying. He had some good rolls, but it's just not enough. And I think Sniper had a rough early game and should have participated more because this hero doesn't really want to farm his way back into the game. Just like hitting the creeps. If there's fights that he can show up to, especially if he can show up a little bit late, like around his mid tower and stuff, to clean up. That's kind of how this hero can accelerate. But, you know, there's just some little things. I think this game they got some kills, they had some flashes. Maybe they can still bring it back this season, or maybe
there is still time to make a lower bracket run. I mean, you win some games, get that 7 seed, get that 8 seed. There's still a loser's bracket in tow, and it's not over yet.
Yeah, and Radiant or Dire, they played well. I think they are playing with a guy who might be a stand-in. Maybe he's their
probably
guy,
there.
But they did do some role swapping, which is always interesting. I don't know if they only do it for one hero or what their deal is. Maybe they're still figuring it out. But that's always something to look out for. And I think it just shows, like, you know, they have ET, they have Sasquatch, their drafts look better, more cohesive. It looks like they have a real game plan, and that just comes with the experience. I'm not sure how experienced some of these Radiant players are, or their drafter. Maybe that's just what makes the difference in this series, or the first few series they're playing.
It is definitely a transition to playing, you know, these pub games to playing in a more competitive and Dota environment, and there's always room to grow. Hopefully this team ends up sticking it out, getting better over the season, maybe even going to the playoffs, but there's always next season, as you said.
Yeah.
Unless you're Badger and no one ever wants to team with you, because that way you're forced to cast games, then then there's no
That's
there's
true.
no next season for me ever.
Maybe when if you lose your casting passion, you'll be back on the playing grind. We'll
I
run it
want to
back.
play this season, man, but I couldn't build a team, man. I had one sick gamer, but no one else wanted to join me. So what can you do?
It's unlucky. Maybe next season.
All right, you got any final words, call-outs, shots to say to the people of Legal Ads, KU?
Yeah, shout out to Foreplay. I'll never see him again because he doesn't have daylight savings, so now he's way out there in the time zone. Shout out to Kobe. Shout out to Six Dog, the GOAT. He's winning this season.
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right, my name's Badger. If you enjoyed my casting, help me cast your games, cast your tournaments, contact me on Twitter, twitter.com/better2, or over on Discord, Badger5713. Check out my YouTube. It's in the description of my Twitch channel, or don't. I'm not the boss of you. Thanks as always for watching, and have a great night.